I thought it would be useful to give a Project Mockingbird update. What do I mean by Project Mockingbird? Project Mockingbird is what the CIA is up to. It's the code name that the CIA has for infiltrating all of the major media sources. The idea, of course, of Mockingbird, meaning that everybody just repeats what they're told to repeat. Like you may have seen in that spot where, you know, they show various small, like local news people, and they're reading the same copy over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like, you know, the screen keeps splitting into different like four squares, and then 8 squares, and then 16 squares, just like in that old shampoo commercial from the 80s. And they'll tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends, and so on and so on and so on. I'll try to link that commercial for those who don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, or for those who do and are feeling nostalgic and want to see it again after all these years. But I have noticed some things. I mean, a little while ago I talked about how if you just type in Marina Abramovich, type Marina Abramovich's name into Google, and the first, like, I don't know how many, like, the first things that come up, not just the first things that come up, but like you scroll down and keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, you will not find any of the stuff that people know Marina Abramovich for right now. You will not find any of the spirit cooking stuff. You will not find any of the you know, the ghastly, witchy, demonic, satanic stuff. You'll only find articles about her from like 6 years ago saying, "Oh, Marina Abramovich, this performance artist of such extraordinary talent," you know, and articles from 10 years ago and 15 years ago, and obviously there's curating going on. I made that point in a prior video that got obliterated along with the crop of all of my old videos, but I remember doing that. For that one, I actually got online and showed y'all, or showed the ones who were watching. I don't know if y'all were, the ones I'm talking to now were among that crowd or not, but I suspect it's exactly the same today. I suspect you type in Marina Abramovich, and even, I bet if you even typed in Marina Abramovich Pizzagate or Marina Abramovich spirit cooking, you still will, I bet you'd still just get these bland, you know, salutary articles about how Marina Abramovich is such a great avant-garde performance artist, and nothing about the controversy surrounding Pizzagate or spirit cooking or any of that awful stuff. You will look in vain for it, because they have curated the internet, because they have seen to it that those things don't turn up in a search engine. Now, if they just let it happen, if they just you know, let the chips fall wherever they may fall, as far as demand goes, then you better bet your bottom dollar that most of the people who look up Marina Abramovich aren't fans of hers. Most of the people looking up Marina Abramovich remember her from the Pizzagate revelations, from the spirit cooking revelations. Okay, so that's an example of them curating the search engine to get the results that they want. Now, I just noticed, and I talked before about how President George Bush Sr. Giving his New World Order speech on September 11th, 1990, how if you type in George Bush New World Order 9/11 or George Bush New World Order, it's not going to come up. Like, you'll scroll and scroll and scroll, and you're not going to see it. And what I just found today, an interesting new, although not surprising, new revelation. There have been a lot of references to this documentary that aired on Discovery Channel called "The Men Who Killed Kennedy." and I was interested in looking it up because I'd never seen it. So I went to YouTube, and I typed in "the men who killed Kennedy," and I couldn't find it. I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and scrolled, and I couldn't find it. I said, well, I guess it's not on YouTube. I guess they just removed it from YouTube. But no, they didn't remove it from YouTube. Because when I typed it in a search engine, and I don't know if this is like a loop that they haven't closed yet with their, attempt to stifle all debate and stifle all dissenting opinion and make sure everyone thinks the same things about our wonderful ruling class and how wonderfully they rule us. But actually, I typed "the men who killed Kennedy" into a search engine, and it came up. And what came up was, first of all, some stuff about the documentary itself, which was made in 1988, a long time ago, prior to Oliver Stone's JFK by half a decade. And then you scroll down a little more and you see, wait a minute, it is on YouTube. but when I tried to find it on YouTube by typing in the title, it didn't come up. But here it is. Here is a link to it on YouTube. Wow, interesting. And so they're obviously taking deliberate steps to submerge certain things, to make sure certain things don't come up. And it's interesting that they don't just totally remove everything that's bad, or that they consider to be bad, or that they consider to be they consider to be fake news or whatever. A lot of it they do, but some of it they just bury. I guess maybe they figure that way they can maybe deflect from charges of censorship. I don't know, but I don't think I've never heard them care that much about making any kind of deflection like that before. So I don't really know why it is the way it is. Maybe it's just, again, a question of squaring the circle, or maybe it's because there's so much material that's posted on YouTube that it's hard to ferret out everything that's on this particular subject matter. I don't really know, but I do wonder now. I do think that the documentary about the Franklin scandal, Conspiracy of Silence, I haven't looked it up, but I strongly suspect if you type in Conspiracy of Silence or Franklin scandal, that that will be submerged, that will not be easy to find. Or it's possible that they haven't yet discovered that that the Franklin scandal is something that they need to they need to start curating, meaning burying, censoring. So I should have looked it up before recording this video, but after I finish recording this video, I will look it up and I'll report my findings. But anyhow, I just thought that was very, very interesting stuff. The fact that this documentary about the Kennedy assassination, in which it's a plot involving the Corsican mafia, in league with, of course, high-level government entities, that the assassins were taken from the Corsican mafia. That's ultimately what is alleged in this video. That's buried. You mean, again, you have to work a little to find it. You don't have to work that hard, interestingly, but you have to work a little to find it. And I guess they figure most people, will just give up after they type it in on YouTube and it doesn't come up. Then they just shrug and say, oh well, and move on. So Project Mockingbird is continuing apace, and yet there do seem to be some obstacles and some roadblocks to it, and it seems that there are some loops that they haven't yet managed to close on the information They still call it the information superhighway. That was what they called the internet, like in 1994 or something. I'm a little embarrassed that crossed my lips just now. You know, that on the internet. Anyway, thanks for watching. My name is Andy DeWicki. Check out my work at altrightnovelist.com. Check out my book, The Insurrectionist, newly published at terrorhousepress.com.